want that bell on the grave of Mr. Thomas. I need it for something." Jimmy spewed. The guard hesitated for a moment before telling Jimmy that if it was about the bell, then he would have to pay him more money to do that. "If my colleagues suspect that the bell is missing, they will raise eyebrows and suspect something, and I will have to tip them so they can be quiet," he said, and Jimmy immediately agreed to increase his pay. "I'll sum the money up to 180,000 naira. I'm sure that's going to be enough." The guard accepted immediately and led Jimmy to Mr. Thomas's graveyard. He picked up the bell and kept it in a bag. He further sent the said amount to the guard's account number and left the cemetery. As he handed the bell to his sister, her face lit up with gratitude. "Thank you so much, Jimmy," she exclaimed. "You're a lifesaver. I don't know what I would have done without you. Thank you, my brother." As a token of our appreciation, Jimmy's sister handed him a substantial amount of money. Overjoyed with his newfound wealth, Jimmy felt like he was on top of the world. He lavished the money on fine dining, entertainment, and luxury items, enjoying every moment of his newfound freedom. He splurged on designer clothes, gadgets, and experiences, living life to the fullest. As he indulged in his splurge, Jimmy felt carefree and exhilarated, but beneath the surface, trouble was brewing, waiting to unravel the consequences of his sister's generous gifts. The next day, Jimmy's sister took the golden bell to the church, where she gave a heartfelt Thanksgiving speech. She expressed her gratitude to God for his blessings and kindness. The service was filled with warmth and generosity as she supported the widows, sponsored some children, and donated the golden bell to the church. The congregation was touched by her kindness, and the atmosphere was filled with joy and gratitude. Under the moonlight sky, the graveyard stirred to life as Mr. Thomas and his fellow spirits rose for their nocturnal worship. But as they gathered, a sense of dismay washed over them. The golden bell, their cherished companion in praise, was gone. Mr. Thomas' eyes scanned the familiar surroundings, but the bell's usual spot was empty. The dance people's attempt at worship fell flat without the bell's resonant tone. Their song lacked the usual fervor, and the graveyard's usual vibrancy was replaced with an unsettling stillness. The silence was palpable, punctuated only by the soft rustling of leaves and the distant hooting of owls. The spirits' faces reflected their disappointment, and their praise felt hollow without the bell's sweet sound. The faces of the dead people fell, and their whispers turned to anguished cries. "Why would humans do this to us?" one of the ghosts lamented. "We are dead, and yet we find solace in praising the Lord. Why would they deprive us of this small joy?" The cries echoed through the graveyard, growing louder and more desperate as the night wore on. The spirits wailed, their voices carrying fire into the darkness. Mr. Thomas' eye filled with sorrow as he raised his hands, and the crowd fell silent. "My friends," he began, his voice trembling with emotion, "let us not suffer in silence. Let us cry out to the Lord, to plead for justice and for the return of our beloved bell." With one voice, the spirits joined in a mournful chant, their voices rising to the heavens. "O Lord, hear our plea. Punish those who had stolen our bell, that they may know the error of their ways. Let chaos and calamity befall them whenever they attempt to use it, that they may be forced to return it to its rightful place." As the spirits' cries reached a fever pitch, the air seemed to vibrate with their collective anguish. The wind picked up, rustling the leaves and carrying the spirits' pleas into the night.